Semifinal Saturday here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. 4 games on the docket, 2 women, 2 men. Mike Cepeda, Marsha Foster, Jeff Stornoff with you on today's coverage. And everyone, we're going to get right to it. Merced and Fresno, teams very familiar with each other. This will be the 5th game in a 5-game set on the season, as it turns out. And this is going to be one heck of a matchup.
Yeah, it's going to come down to who can execute their stuff. They've both won on each other's floor. No secrets. It should be a great game.
Yeah, I think one of the things we were talking about in the lead up to this one, expect big players to make big plays. When you get down to this, so much familiarity between the teams. As you talk about, Marcia, execution so key. And so keep an eye on the likes of Trinity Washington, Tajre McMahon. Meanwhile, for Fresno City, Julia Cuellar, and the like, to really step up and make the difference here. And it'll come down to who makes the plays.
You have Fresno with a couple players banged up, playing through injury. A player that might have been a Ram at one point, now she's with Merced, Trinity Washington. She really showed out in the quarterfinals. Just an incredible stat line. She averages almost 8 rebounds, she averages over 8 rebounds a game on the season. She's practically averaging a double-double, and she's 5'2". That's an incredible stat and kind of speaks to how much of an effort she puts out every night.
Absolutely. Again, big players making big plays. It should be an exciting game.
Quite a compliment when you can dominate a game without making a field goal, and that's exactly what Trinity Washington did in the quarterfinals.
About to get underway here with tip-off, Merced and Fresno City, semifinal number 1 in the women's bracket.
Set for the opening tip. Merced with the victory over Palomar, the top seed in the South in Game 1 on Thursday. They come in here and take on Fresno City College, the Rams, a familiar foe. Another great season for the Rams under Coach Tessler. They get here with the victory over LA Trade Tech in quarterfinal number 2. Shoji steps in and fires from 12 feet and hits.
Well, it's not a traditional shooting stroke, but she's very effective with it. Merced striking first blood here to open things off.
It's a good.
Sorry, Marshall.
Yeah, it's a good sign if you're going to get buckets from players that don't normally give you a lot.
Back the other way. Fernandez missed a shot. One fascinating thing as we talk to the Fresno coaches, Chris Fisher in particular, Fresno likes to push pace and really press, but they know with the ball handling ability of Merced, as Glasgow Williams will fire for 3 and hit. Quick 5-0 lead. They're really going to back off and not press quite as much. That's quite a compliment to an opponent to get away from what you like to do ordinarily.
Marsha, I would assume that speaks to the guard play at the disposal of Merced.
Absolutely.
Fernandez misfires from 3. The Blue Devils off to the quick start, trying to extend on the 5-point lead. Washington skip pass. Pierce will try for 3. Didn't get any. Rebound on the floor. Polka with the rebound. Here come the Rams. Cuellar jets into the front court. Pulls up. Wants a shot. Goes across. Shot up off the glass. No good. Taylor with the shot, and she can't finish. McMahon, nobody stops the ball. Pulls up from 14 feet. No good. Rebound off to Polka once again. Maybe gets it ahead to Taylor in one-on-one. From the left, shot no good. The follow is up and good.
It's going to be important for Merced to get buckets in transition. They don't have a lot of size. They don't go big inside. It's important for them to hit the 3 early.
I'm surprised that they're going to the zone early here, because this is a team in Merced that displayed the ability to shoot the basketball. Particularly, you have the likes of a Shea Glasgow Williams, and she already has 1 3 tonight.
Pierce will try from the baseline. Again, too strong. Polka with another rebound. Quickly ahead, Fernandez, as Pierce gets back. Cuellar at the top of the key. Starts a drive on McMahon, looking for a cutting Taylor, and the pass just overthrown.
Just a little bit off on the pass. I love the idea. Good action down low. They'll get that to go. That's just good basketball. Glasgow Williams bit of a Euro-style center. You have to account for her, especially in the corner.
And that's where she is right now. And they're off a little bit. Now they'll run her on the baseline, but it's Shoji on the drive, goes high off the glass. Washington pulls down her first offensive rebound. She really undid Palomar in the second half on the offensive glass as Pierce knocks down a triple. It's 8-2 now. Merced off to the fast start. Cuellar pulls up, looks for a cutting maybe. Interior feed to Taylor and back outside. Shot clock at 17. Polka. Maybe. Driving on Shoji. The leaner is good. Tough shot for Polka.
She's a gamer.
Nice tough shot.
So Polka with the shot. 8-4. The Blue Devils with the early 4-point lead.
Fresno City's transition defense is outstanding. It's not always easy to pick up in a zone.
McMahon working on Fernandez. The runner is good. How about the teardrop from McMahon?
Apparently it's easy to score against the zone when you're hitting on all cylinders early here from Merced.
10-4. Well, you have to imagine confidence, well, for both teams, but especially for Merced, is at an all-time high. They win on the road against City College of San Francisco, the 4 seed to punch their ticket. Then they come in and only knock off the top seed in the South, Palomar, giving them just their second loss of the season.
They were the top seed in the state coming in.
Shot clock down to 6. Fernandez has to fire from long range. Glasgow Williams with the easy rebound. It's all Merced early. McMahon, baseline drive. Taylor in to cut her off.
Good challenge.
Couldn't get that teardrop to drop. And Taylor gets it to Maybe. Maybe drives the lane. Shoji with a good job and the tie-up.
That's a great job by Shoji coming in, forcing the jump ball. She wins the arrow from Merced. The possession will stay here.
Merced is doing a great job of keeping Fresno City in front of them. They want to get to the basket. They want to get deep in the key. Merced's doing a good job.
Parker, Liz Parker, Rendasia Jones, among a couple checking in for the Rams as they make a couple of changes. Coach Brad Tessler looking for a combination early. The Rams in a 6-point hole. Skip pass. Parker out to Polka. Polka at the elbow.
Great defense.
Yeah, it's just good collapse.
Walker rather, who digs it out looking for Shoji on the break. Good job by the Rams getting back. Nothing doing for Merced, so they'll reset. McMahon at the controls. I feel like with McMahon and with Washington, so effective as a backcourt because they both can sort of trade off at that point guard position.
Absolutely.
Good ball handling from both of them. Shot from Glasgow Williams, no good. Looking for maybe, and that one tipped by Washington. It'll stay with Fresno City College. 4:45 to go in the opening quarter. 10-4, Merced leading by 6.
Well, if this was a boxing match, I'd say in round 1, Merced scores an early knockdown. See if Fresno can respond here.
Parker on the drive. And that one out of bounds, but they're going to say it's off of Nakashima. So it'll stay with Fresno City College. Shot clock down to 15 as maybe he'll bring it in baseline right. Quickly into Harp. The turnaround shot in the lane. Rims out.
That was Polka.
Thank you. So Polka working in the lane. Washington around to Shoji. Skip pass. Nakashima open for 3. That's good.
Wow.
Blue Devils red hot from long range. They've hit 3 threes early and they lead it 13-4.
I see what you did there, Story.
Parker will try to answer for 3. Rims high, no good. Nakashima with the rebound. Talked to Coach Alan Huddleston before the game. He mentioned rebounding as a key. Now, interestingly, in all 4 matchups between these two teams, the Rams have out-rebounded the Blue Devils in every game, but I think he means they just need to limit that differential and just try to hang around in terms of rebounding and somewhat get as close to even as they can.
That's
transition opportunity the other way. No call. Parker on the offensive glass. Can't get the follow to go. But Jones working hard and gets the jump ball, but it'll go back to Merced.
Coach, you saw the referee very early on to kind of ward off anybody that was saying that was a carry. She said she maintained her hand on top of the ball.
Right.
Did you agree with that call?
I did. I've seen that often throughout the year, and as long as the hand doesn't go underneath, I know it's high. I know when it happens when I'm coaching, I want that carry call, but as long as the hand stays on top, it's okay.
Brianna Moore has checked in for Merced as well.
Little 2-2-1 pressure. Fresno City.
Great feed down low. Champel Kelly can't get the layup to go, but gets her own rebound. Back to Moore. Left-handed layup, no good. And Cuellar with the rebound, but dribbles it off her foot. It looked like it might have went off maybe and then back off Cuellar, but either way, it's a turnover in the backcourt.
Coach, I think early on, Fresno, they're not very good in terms of their rotations locating to the perimeter. They've had success when they're running Merced off of the three-point line, but when they're late getting there, that's what's really burned them.
Moore is blocked on the turnaround, but McMahon recovers.
Well, you look at Merced's lineup. There are 4 guards on the floor. They're used to guarding a traditional team with forwards down low so they can keep up with them. The guards present problems when they're in areas that they're not usually in.
Yeah.
Shot clock at 10 as McMahon leans over the dribble. She'll fire from long range, short, long rebound. McMahon's got it back, and now the Blue Devils can reset.
Same thing for rebounding. That's why Merced has out-rebounded them in the games. It's hard to box out guards when you're a big and you're used to boxing out bigs.
Slow start for the Rams in the quarterfinals. They found their footing early in the second half, and let's see if they can find their footing a little earlier because Merced right now is running them out of the gym.
Washington fakes on Taylor, drives the lane, layup up and good. Well, that's a welcome save for Trinity Washington. We talked about for the dominating performance as she didn't hit a field goal in the quarterfinal victory, but now she's getting it going in the scorebook as well, and it's all Merced. 15-4, 2:30 to go in the first quarter. It's the 3C2A Basketball Championship on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Check.
Torrid start for Merced. And Marcia, what do you say right now if you're in the Fresno City huddle to try and get the Rams on track?
You know, keep attacking, keep doing what we do, and be patient. Like, they have to continue to be patient because they need to take advantage of the size advantage that they have.
Parker at the elbow. And the turnover is going to give it back. Terrific defense. And that was Nakashima pressuring and generates another turnover, and the Rams continue to struggle.
A little 2-2-1 pressure again. Looking to create some opportunities from their defense.
Yeah, they started backing off, and now the feeling, I think, they've got to go to the press to try and switch things up, and Washington easily breaks it all the way to the backboard, lays it in. How about Washington coast to coast? And that is exactly the danger that they were talking about in trying to press this kind of team. Cuellar, that one into the third row.
Ooh.
Not going to get the call. Kelly was in the area, but they're going to say that Cuellar overshot the target. Another turnover. This is a disastrous first quarter, and if you're the Rams, you maybe worry about digging yourself a hole that's too big to get out of.
Well, hopefully, you know, they find a way to get the ball in the basket because it's early. 13 points early isn't the same as 13 points late.
And to be fair, Merced is doing the digging here in the first quarter.
Washington, another drive, missed the shot. Nakashima over her shoulder. On the offensive glass again, Merced having a lot of success rebounding here in the first quarter just as they wanted to. They've opened up a 15-point lead. Parker drives the lane. Runner won't go. Nothing but blue jerseys as Kelly pulls down the rebound.
Oh, that's over and back.
Yes, it was.
I'm going to say that Washington just able to jump into the front court.
I think they gave Merced credit for waiting for Trinity Washington. They needed to wait a split second more, but whistle not there, and we play on.
McMahon directing traffic. Shot clock down to 7. Starts a drive on Cuellar,
Ooh.
step back, 3, around and out. Rebound to Polka. Polka jets into the front court, into the lane, to the hoop, lays it in. Well, nobody stops the ball.
That's tough, and the scouting on her. I mean, you have to know about the injuries in terms of Cuellar playing with a bum knee, Polka as well. Well, you need to make them move laterally. She's going north and south right to the bucket.
Merced has done a very good job of containing that up until that point.
Yeah. Pretty good in the half court so far. I think the success for the Rams has come in transition, and they only have 6 on the board.
Glasgow Williams moves right, tries for 3, no good, but Nakashima with another offensive rebound just has to force one up. That's interesting. I thought they got a piece of the rebound. Oh, of course, that's the end of the quarter, not the end of the shot clock. 19-6 through 1. Got so wrapped up in there, I lost track of the time.
Hey, there's a lot going on.
Blue Devils with a 13-point lead here in semifinal number 1, the 3C2A basketball championship on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Start of the second quarter here in the semifinals. The 3C2A Women's Basketball Championship on SoCalCollegeSports.com. And, Coach, a torrid first quarter for Merced, 19-6. And they really got it going in a lot of phases.
They sure did. And Glasgow Williams starting with the 3-point, that's the last thing you want is Fresno City because it opened the zone up. And then Merced has just done a great job defensively keeping them out of the key.
Yeah, a number of turnovers in that first quarter, and the defensive pressure, which is interesting because it's really the calling card of Fresno City College in most games. But I think it was the pressure from Merced that generating the turnovers that helped them open up this lead, and they start with another one.
And offensive rebounds, a lot of offensive rebounds.
Kelly off the back iron with the 3, long rebound. Fernandez tracks it down. Here comes Polka. A drive on Nakashima, who knocks it away momentarily, but Fresno keeps it. Taylor working down low into the lane, half hook, no good. Another rebound. Blue Devils continue to rebound well. It's one and done for the Rams. McMahon through a crowd.
Fresno City has got to have those easy buckets.
Shoji on the drive, goes glass, lays it in. .15 lead. Cuellar down low to Taylor, who faces up on Glasgow Williams. Double team from Shoji comes. There's the jump ball. It's going to go back to Merced.
Just great defense. Again,
well, I thought the possession arrow was favoring Merced. Sorry about that, Marcia, but Michaela maybe is coming over there trying to get the ball. Well, it's a good effort by Michaela, I think, to see if she could get that one, but the official's not biting. Washington into the front court, into the lane, tries to find Kelly. Good hands. They knock that one away to the Rams. Isabella Naranjo has checked in as well for Fresno City College.
You can see Washington's leadership and experience on the floor. It's like pushing people into places defensively, telling people where to go. You have that floor general as a coach. Makes your life a little bit easier.
Down she goes, but she manages to keep her dribble, gets it off to Shoji. Starts a drive on Naranjo. Washington, shot clock running down, going to have to put up a runner, no good. And a shot clock violation, that one didn't touch the rim. So back to Fresno City College, and the Rams, I suppose at some level you look for small victories here and a good defensive set.
Absolutely.
Get the ball back.
Fresno City, you want stops. Now's the time. You're talking like things you've done in practice. Can we get 2 stops in a row? Can we get 3 stops in a row?
Jones to the crossover, back to Maybe. Fernandez, leading scorer on the team, and she's had a quiet day so far. They're working around outside. Long 3, no good. Rebound on the floor, and Washington digs it out. Trying to get it ahead to Kelly, who saves it, but right to Maybe. Maybe back the other way. Finds Fernandez. Good hands from Pierce. It's on the floor. Fernandez keeps it alive. And a foul call. That's going to go on Jordan Pierce.
This is just another level of defense from Merced. I mean, they are swarming. But again, it's not like something Fresno City hasn't seen. They've played each other 4 times. They've split. They know exactly what to expect from one another.
7:40 to go, and the trio of leading scorers for the Rams, Kayla Maybe, Jasmine Taylor, Bria Fernandez, a combined 4 points. Good feed
Great
down low and a layup up and good. Jordan Barros gets the layup. Meanwhile, back the other way, and nobody stops the ball again as Shoji finds Pierce for the easy layup in response.
Again, they're attacking the middle of the zone.
Tried to go back to Barros, but that time Glasgow Williams able to get a hand in. Harp returning along with Polka and Liz Parker for the Rams, and they bring it into Parker. Maybe gets a screen from Harp. Skip pass looking for Polka, drives the lane, comes up shooting, blocked by Glasgow Williams. Here comes Washington. Pierce open for 3, rimming no. Polka had the rebound knocked away, and it's going to belong to Merced. They're going to say this is off of Polka.
All right, they changed the call.
Okay. Well, that's a little strange to me as initial call, but good job by the officials. They get together, make sure they get the call right. When you're coaching, do you take an opportunity to praise the officials when you can, give yourself a little credibility when you want to argue your point later?
Absolutely.
You know, more with honey, that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
I think some wisdom there, I suppose. I was curious. Washington jetting into the front court, all the way into the lane. Double pump, missed the layup. But Pierce on the offensive glass lays it in, and that's a lot.
Wow.
About, I believe, McMahon really in there fighting and keeping that alive. It ends up in the hands of Pierce, and it's all going right for Merced at this point.
We're talking about 5-2 and 5-3 banging the offensive boards. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, on all phases, and they lead at 25-8 with 6:24 to go. Timeout taken from Ventura. (25-8). The lead for Merced, 6:24 to go in the second quarter. And guys, I think we're all in agreement here. This is all about Merced. This is an incredibly impressive start for the Blue Devils.
Coach, did you expect this?
No, I did not. I expected there to be a lot of aggressiveness and attack mindset from both teams.
Polka goes for 3.
The inability, though, for Fresno City to get into the key enough to disrupt, that's been a big factor. You know, there's plenty of time, though, left in this second quarter for them to kind of chip away at this lead. Try to go into halftime maybe down 6 or 7.
Well, the problem is the Rams need stops, and they haven't demonstrated the ability to do just that.
Shoji with a little hesitation. Left-handed layup won't go, but the rebound on the floor. And Shoji able to get it back. Again, the rebounding squarely in favor of Merced here in the first half, and that's in contrast to the 4 meetings previous this season. Turnover on the pass. Polka drives the lane in a crowd.
Nice block.
Missed the layup.
Nice block.
Good job by the Blue Devils getting back. Here comes Washington. Quickly back the other way. Pierce steps in on the drive. Leaner is good.
It's a great job by Pierce. You know what? Hey, I don't want to take a 3 here. I'm 1 for 3. Let's drive in, get a better shot. Hits the floater.
Right.
Yeah, Pierce had kind of a quiet outing in the victory over Palomar offensively, but she has come out decidedly more aggressive here in the semifinals. The largest lead of the game for Merced at 19. Barrows puts it on the floor, working on Glasgow Williams.
Nice cut.
Polka on the cut. Good and one.
What a gamer.
See if we can get the replay. Take one more look, and it's just good patience.
Great back cut.
That's good flying, too.
It is. Nice pass, nice finish.
Yeah, it's something we talk about a little bit there. It's a good job by Barrows. We talk sometimes about being in a real hurry when you get the ball in the low post, and shows great poise there, actually. Not hurrying on that, allowing that play to develop. And
Great.
finds Polka.
Polka needed to see that go through, too.
She's got 4. Free throw is short. 17-point lead. Glasgow Williams brings it up. Leaves it for Washington. Washington at the controls. Skips it to McMahon. She'll try the corner 3 and knock it down. Barely moved the net. Another triple for McMahon. She's got 5. Everybody getting into the act for the Blue Devils, who lead it by 20. Taylor on the baseline, short with the half hook. The rebound on the floor. Polka's got it. Fans it out. Cuellar. Rams need to reset. Taylor at the top.
Travel.
4:08 to go here in the second quarter. And the Blue Devils just continue to put the pressure on.
There was a little more fight on that possession, though. They gave themselves an extra opportunity to score. Fresno City needs stops.
McMahon around the screen. Glasgow Williams and a foul. Was that off the ball?
Yes.
Coach, this is reminiscent of last year with Merced and College of the Siskiyous. And Siskiyous found themselves in Championship Sunday up against, obviously, a juggernaut in Mount Sac, the defending state champ. You know, they go through the #1 seed in the state in Palomar in round 1. Last year, it was ELAC, I believe, came in as either the top seed or one of the top seeds. They have been the top team in the state for much of the year, and it was the College of the Siskiyous dispatching them early in that tournament.
Right. Sometimes you get in that flow. Well, you as a coach, you're hoping you're in that flow, right? You start winning at the right time. You start playing together well at the right time, and Merced is putting it together.
Last year it was the Daly Twins. This year it's Washington and McMahon, and wow, putting on a show for the Blue Devils.
30-10, Merced with the 20-point lead here late in the second quarter. You're watching the 3C2A Basketball Championships on SoCalCollegeSports.com. McMahon on the previous possession took a charge, and that was reminiscent of late against Palomar when she took a big charge in transition with Merced trailing by 2 points.
Oh, nice enough.
What a great feed to
no
Kelly.
look.
Great look.
Nakashima with a great pass. 32-10. The lead swells to 22.
Oh, nice find.
Quick feed to Taylor in the lane. Hook shot, rims in.
Now remember, Jeff, you talked about it a couple years ago back in 2015. East Los Angeles and Mount Sac in the championship game. ELAC, I believe they were up by 20 going in at the half or close to it, and Mount Sac storms back in the second. So
yeah, it's a similar kind of effort where they executed flawlessly. Cuellar trying to jump that pass, nearly had the steal, but McMahon recovers.
Ooh,
McMahon stepped back, and that's a travel.
Right. Fresno City averages 82 points a game, so they're capable of putting some numbers up. This 12 points, 2:42 left in the second is uncharacteristic.
absolutely.
You would think, interestingly, about these two teams that the more the game goes on, it would favor the Rams, who go a little bit deeper into their bench typically. But interestingly, it's Merced that's outscored Fresno on all 4 meetings in the fourth quarter this season. So despite the shorter bench, it's Merced that seems to get stronger as the game goes.
Tough
Taylor
shot.
goes to the left hand. And a foul called. That's going to go against Nakashima coming down to help.
It's a good job going inside. You know, again, try to take advantage of that size advantage Fresno City has. You have to find a way to manufacture points.
Taylor shoots just 48% from the line, 9.4 points per game coming into the championship round.
J.R. Castro, Christina Esparza, Lamarck Barclay, referees for semifinal number 1 in the women's bracket.
Taylor converts them both.
And remember, everybody, spread the word throughout the weekend. This is day 3 of 4 Championship Sunday on the docket tomorrow. www.socalcollegesports.com and on the YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. Be sure to subscribe.
Washington over to McMahon. Rams staying in the zone. Does that surprise you, Marcia? That
They went man-to-man for a little bit. I just think they're more comfortable.
McMahon will try the long 3. That barely drew iron. Cuellar with the rebound.
Made threes have an interesting effect on making people uncomfortable in the zone.
Maybe. Hooks a pass outside. Polka thought about a 3.
Coach, I'm surprised Polka doesn't feel comfortable out there. She shoots at 38% on the year.
Maybe. Turnaround shot, no good. Taylor with the rebound. Another chance for the Rams. Polka skips it across. Jones on the drive. A blocking foul on Shoji.
You know, at this point, they probably feel like they need to get to the rim. They need to get to the basket. That's what they do. You know, when people are concerned about you driving, then they back off and you can shoot that shot in rhythm. Right now, I think they're so concerned about scoring points. They don't want to go for the quick, quick shot.
What that tells me is that they're thinking about it. They're not playing basketball.
They are thinking about it. That pressure is intense from Merced.
Free throw up and good for Jones. Well, the Rams start to chip away a little bit at the line. Trailed by as many as 22. Jones readying the second free throw.
It reminds me of when I'm watching the movie Top Gun, and they're in the video review, and he's trying to explain himself as to why he did what he did, and he goes, "When I'm up there, if you think you're dead."
Right.
And, when you're just playing basketball versus a team that's very calculated, the team that's playing basketball is usually going to win. And right now, Merced is just really outplaying the Rams in every facet of the game, rebounding, transition basketball. And the Rams, they have to wake up.
And that's what happened. That's what happens when shots drop. You get confident.
Yeah.
Maybe. In on Kelly. Out to Parker. Maybe into the lane. The leaner, rimming no. Jones battling on the offensive glass, and a foul called. Is this going to be on Kelly?
And I think they called the jump ball. That was a great contest. I like that.
That's a good call because on the contest, there's contact with the ball, and there's not really a lot of contact with the body. Not one that was enough to merit a foul. That's a good whistle.
It is. Let them play. Let him play. As long as there's not an advantage.
Harp in the lane. Parker slings it past. Polka lost the handle. Washington out in front will lay it up and in.
And if you're Fresno City, you need to start setting screens with a purpose. They got the bodies to do it. They just need to do it.
Trinity Washington came into championship weekend averaging an astounding 5.6 steals per game.
That's incredible.
Comes up with another one there.
How many does she have right now?
Meanwhile, a foul on Merced going back the other way. Will send Jones to the line.
Yeah, Jones is putting in work. Jones is going to the offensive boards hard.
She's provided a nice spark here for the Rams. The score could be a lot worse here, and it's pretty bad as it stands. 34-15, 51 seconds to go in the first half.
One more free throw coming for Jones.
I think Jasmine Taylor might be having an issue here. Coach, you know, I've often thought about this. When you're playing lights out and you're not doing anything wrong here, and there's not really a lot that Merced has done wrong in the first half, why even go to the locker room at that point?
You don't want to go to the locker room. You just want to stay out on the floor and get
Are you allowed to do that?
You know, probably. I haven't seen anyone do it.
I would, but, you know, I'm not a coach.
You know what? You can get him in and get him out really quick.
Yeah. Expect that to happen here for Coach Huddleston.
Right. Plus, they need some rest, too. You know, they need to sit down for a second, get some water, get some fuel.
Glasgow Williams steps back, fires for three, just short. Rebound on the floor, maybe gets it ahead to Cuellar. It's a 3-on-2 if they hurry.
Need to score.
Cuellar into the lane.
Great defense.
Yeah.
Fans it back out. Polka will try for three. Rims high, no good. Glasgow Williams clears the boards again.
I think about the defense for Merced on that possession. They're 1-on-3, and they're really on their heels, and they get back so quick defensively, and they force a three-point shot. You'll live with that. A wide open three-point shot for Polka. And now on the other end, here's McMahon.
For three, and she knocks it down again at the buzzer. 8 for McMahon, and Merced heads to the locker room up 21. You are watching the 3C2A Basketball Championships here on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Fans, the 3C2A Basketball Championship official apparel is available for purchase now at www.CCCAAsports.org. Tongue twister there. And click on the championship store at the bottom right of the page, and that's how you get there. You'll be able to find the latest gear for you and your fellow basketball enthusiasts with high-quality Under Armour apparel. So order your gear today. Again, that's www.CCCAAsports.org and be a part of the state championships. And spread the word, everybody. If you have friends or family that couldn't make it to the remaining games or the ones from the past couple days, let them know that they can watch all of our broadcasts live and archived on our website at www.SoCalCollegeSports.com or our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. And if you have a shout out you'd like us to get on the air, whether it be for your favorite team or player or announcer, Jeff Mike, just kidding, tweet that to us at SoCal College SPO, S-P-O. At the half, the Blue Devils lead the Rams 37-16. Back in a moment.
Halftime from Ventura in semifinal number 1, and Merced with a 37-16 lead over Fresno City College. A shocking first half for everyone, including us up here in the booth. Jeff Stoynoff, Marcia Foster, back with you here. And Marcia, you take a look at the first half stats, and I don't know how much better you can play if you're Merced. It's pretty staggering.
Oh, they've done a great job. They're 43% from the floor. They have 8 offensive rebounds. They're pushing the pace. They're doing a good job. Conversely, Fresno is shooting 23% from the floor. This is a team that shoots almost 44% and averages 82 points a game. So 6 in the first and 10 in the second. I expect to see them come out and get the ball, put the ball in the basket.
Well, one of the things that we had talked about was that this is the final season. The announcement has been made for Coach Brian Tessler at Fresno City College, and 20 minutes to go here, and they are staring the end of his coaching career in the face. And what effect might that have moving forward here for Fresno City College in the second half?
And they're down by 21. It's not an insurmountable lead, but this is a very steep hill to climb, and maybe the last 2 quarters of basketball in the career of Coach Brian Tessler. Here we go. Merced will have possession to start things off. Here's McMahon over to Soji. Back to McMahon. Rams zoning it up, but now they're matching up.
Matching up man-to-man defense.
Glasgow Williams passes out of the double team. Washington working on Cuellar into the lane. Leaner won't go, but Washington so quick. Gets on the offensive glass, gets her own rebound.
Yeah, she anticipates so well.
Yeah. You know, we were talking a little bit about Larry Bird off camera, and he was a master at it.
Shoji steps in from 16, in and out. Maybe on the drive, kicks it back out. Polka drives on Pierce, goes to the scoop, and Glasgow Williams has the rebound. She's tied up by Polka. The possession arrow is going to give it to Fresno City.
If you're a big, you got to chin it. It's the reason why the jump ball was called.
Maybe he'll bring it in. Quick changes on the Fresno City sideline as Hart checks in along with Jones and Parker. Quick pass down low, maybe. Turnaround shot won't go. McMahon has the rebound. An 8-rebound advantage for Merced in the first half, and they've carried it into the second half. A whistle on the drive.
That's pretty ticky-tack.
Yeah.
You don't need that. Well, Coach, we brought up Larry Bird, and you played in the WNBA, and who was somebody on the women's side that was really good at anticipating the misses?
If you talk about now, and I didn't play in the WNBA, I got drafted when I came out of Seton Hall.
That's close enough. You played with them.
Yeah. Drafting counts.
You know what? I want to talk about the players now because Nneka Ogwumike from the Sparks comes to mind, and she is just a relentless rebounder.
Glasgow Williams has it stolen. Cuellar back to Fernandez. Fernandez, the leading scorer on the season for Fresno City College, and she was scoreless in the first half. Shot from Cuellar won't go, but Taylor on the offensive glass, and a foul called on the rebound.
Fresno's traveled very well, and you can hear them in the crowd trying to urge their team on here. I got to tell you, Coach, McMahon's done an incredible job defensively on Bria Fernandez. She has drawn the assignment, and she has really limited her and what she wants to do.
Yeah, she's 0 for 2 from the three-point line, and at 42%, if they can get her going, that would really help.
It's exactly what got the Rams going in the second half in their win on Thursday.
Nice job by Glasgow Williams knocking that ball away. The Rams will keep it.
Now, I hope we can continue with the same kind of flow that there was in the first half. There were very few fouls. Fresno had 2, Merced had 6. Seems like they're calling it a little tight right now.
Cuellar starts a drive.
Look at that. Look at that denial there from McMahon on Fernandez, looking the back door on the baseline.
Maybe, and Shoji with more good defense. Hands up. That one's out of bounds off of Shoji. So Fresno keeps it with the shot clock at 20.
Coach, it's a game of runs. And the Rams need to go on a big run here if they want to get back into it. And with the way that Merced is clicking on all cylinders defensively, I just don't see it happening.
It's going to be tough, that's for sure.
Parker over to Jones. Polka Leaves it for Maybe, comes up shooting from 12 feet and gets the roll.
Nice touch.
Nice bucket.
19-point lead for the Blue Devils. McMahon will back it out. Gets a high screen from Glasgow Williams off to Washington. Near steal for Jones. Let the Blue Devils keep it. Washington finds McMahon for 3.
Ooh.
Long rebound off to Maybe. McMahon didn't miss it by much, but she steps in front there, had the near steal. The Rams catch a bit of a break there.
I tell you, the Blue Devils right now taking coffin measurements. McMahon looking for a coffin nail.
They got their hammer, they got their nails.
Yeah, they're gearing up. Trying to close the show, and that's what great teams do. They step on the jugular when they have you down.
Cuellar on the drive, can't get the roll, but gets her own rebound. Back out to Fernandez for 3, bang!
That's what they need.
Well, the Rams getting on the offensive glass, and we haven't seen a lot of that, but they turn it into 3.
See the replay
We're
here.
just looking at the replay.
Look at that.
See that? That's the most space that Fernandez has had.
Yeah, but I mean, it's off of the offensive board, but look at her feet on that shot. She is prepped, ready to go, hands ready, fires from 3 and hits.
It's a 30-second timeout here for Coach Alan Huddleston on the Merced sideline, and obviously wants to head off the beginning of a run here for the Rams, who maybe for the first time today are starting to get it going a little bit.
Right, I think it's a great timeout. The momentum from the three-point shot, you know, a stop, another bucket, and all of a sudden we're looking at a 12-point game, 10, 12-point game. So, yeah, it's a good time. This Fresno City, they average 84 points a game. They put some points up on the board.
Yeah, it's really interesting watching Merced. They've been able to put pressure on and slow the game down simultaneously. I'm not sure how they do that, but they've really turned the trick so far. Shoji pulls up from the elbow and knocks it down. That's a big-time shot.
That's a nice answer.
That's too easy there. Maybe has to be up in her grill and not let that shot get off, especially with her delivery on the shot. Nice backdoor.
Backdoor to Fernandez, too strong on the runner, but taps it back out to Cuellar. Another chance here for the Rams. Polka leaves it for Maybe. Around to Taylor's screen. Fernandez guarded by McMahon. They send the trap in the lane, Maybe too strong. Ball on the floor, Washington digs it out. 2-on-2.
Nice.
Lobs for McMahon, missed the layup. McMahon just got caught under the basket, I think.
Yeah, a little too deep on that.
Maybe tries to cross over, but it's Pierce with the steal. 2-on-1 again for the Blue Devils. Pierce loses the handle, tries to pass, good hands from Polka. Loose ball, and Fernandez digs it out. Here we go back the other way. Taylor with the charge. You know, Shoji had, we've talked about the defense, and then you look at her line in the first half, 4 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. You have got to like the way she fills up a stat sheet. She does everything out there.
Really solid defense, too. Hands up on the drive. She's cut off a lot of backdoor plays. She does a nice job. She kind of has this uncanny knack for passing and seeing the play develop.
And
as
how
well.
nice is it from a coaching perspective to have a player like that who kind of, is just the kind of player that seems like you can plug in anywhere and they seem to do the job for you.
Right.
Coach, from a coaching perspective, it's invaluable to have a player like that because you get a lot of players that are good at maybe 1 or 2 things, but when you have someone who's good in multiple facets of the game, it makes your life a lot easier.
Absolutely. And remember, she's an international student who speaks very little English, but she speaks basketball very, very well.
She
Speaks
does.
the game of basketball. Washington on the step back 3, but another offensive rebound for the Blue Devils. And I'll tell you, a lot of stories in this game, but that might be the headline here today is the way they have gotten on the offensive glass.
As not arguably, they're the smaller team, and they're just battling here, and Blue Devils look primed for their spot into Championship Sunday.
It's going to be a new champion in the women's side with the elimination of Mount San Antonio College, the 2-time defending champions.
Dispatched
in
by
the 4th round.
by IVC in the round of 16.
Yeah. Might it be the 4 seed from the north? Still a long way to go.
Travel.
Kelly from 15 feet, but Glasgow Williams, another offensive rebound. 2 more second chance points.
Got to earn the over and back. Parker didn't box out.
20-point lead for the Blue Devils. Polka in on Glasgow Williams,
Nice
lays it
drive.
up and in.
More of that. That's pretty good lateral movement there for a player dealing with a torn meniscus.
Yes. Utilizing that ball screen at the top of the key, it freed her up.
18-point lead. And I could be wrong, Kelly. Out to McMahon, who hits again. Third three of the game for McMahon. She's got 11.
That's your player of the game right now.
Washington and McMahon have played close to every minute, if not every minute, out here so far.
They're not coming out.
Nice back door.
And Fernandez can't get the roll. Boy, halfway down.
It's the unfriendlier rim of the two and does not bode well for the Rams, who need buckets in a hurry.
4-14 and counting. Back to a 21-point lead. For Merced, and they just won't let the Rams get back into this one. Washington kicks it back out to McMahon. McMahon gets the screen from Glasgow Williams. Pick and pop. Long rebound. Controlled by Jones. The Rams want to run, but the outlet pass is too strong.
I really like Glasgow Williams' stroke from the outside. Good arc on it, good finish. Very effective Euro-style center for the Blue Devils.
Washington gets a screen, spins. Scoop won't go. Polka battling Nakashima. It's another jump ball. This will stay with Merced. And there's a rebound where Polka had both hands on it, and it's Nakashima who just dashes in there and gets the tie-up.
Coach, I just talked about it a couple minutes ago. Glasgow Williams didn't chin a rebound. Polka doesn't chin one right there. It's a jump ball.
And Merced is relentless
They
pursuing
are.
the ball.
They are.
McMahon guarded closely by Parker. Gets it to Washington. Plenty of time on the shot clock, and the Blue Devils, not surprisingly, not in a big hurry. Washington driving on Cuellar. And the rebound, another jump ball. This will give it to Fresno.
Relentless. Well, Coach, this is the type of intensity that the Rams needed when they came out versus what they came out with to start the game. They battled to a stalemate here. Both teams have scored 7 points in the third quarter.
Backdoor cut from Parker, fouled, shot no good, but she's heading to the line for a couple of free throws.
I think Washington in the restricted area.
Right. Yeah, it's good that they've come out and they've scored, but they cannot trade baskets.
Yeah.
Right? Gotta get
Not
some
at this
stops.
point, yeah.
No.
I'll tell you another thing about Merced that I think is very interesting on the defensive end. You take a look now. This is a team that doesn't go very deep into the bench, only about a 7 or 8 man rotation. So important to stay out of foul trouble. And you look, Washington, 1 foul. That's her first. McMahon, 1 foul. Glasgow Williams, 1 foul. Great job fundamentally, defensively, staying out of foul trouble, because that could really doom a team like that that doesn't go very deep into the bench.
This is where their speed and quickness allows them to stay in front of the dribble drive without putting their hands on to slow them down.
Exactly right.
Parker hits both free throws.
And they're not taking chances either, and that's big. They're not taking chances. They're moving their feet. They're getting in front of the offensive player and making life hard on the Rams.
You hear the Fresno crowd getting into it, trying to pump up their team. Washington in a crowd, misses off the glass. Rebound tracked down by Parker.
Good cleanup there by Parker.
Parker into the front court, leaves it for Polka. Might have shuffled the feet, no call.
Shoot that. Coach, I don't understand. She's not even looking to shoot the basketball from out there.
Circles into the lane, and she's fouled. And that was Glasgow Williams, I believe. No, they're going to give that one to McMahon. It's her second foul. I thought I saw Glasgow Williams drop the arm, but going to say that McMahon got her with the body first.
Well, I think at this point, strategy would be to continue to attack the basket and hopefully pick up fouls, because that's the only thing that's going to take those guards out of the game.
Yeah.
If you're looking for good news for Fresno City College, in a game earlier this season, Merced outscored the Rams 24-6 in the fourth quarter to pull away for an easy win. So it's going to take something similar to that, it looks like, with 2:20 to go here in the third quarter. Well, there is something of a precedent for really dominating a quarter if you're the Rams in this situation where maybe you can really get something going, but they trail it by 17. Pass through the hands of McMahon, but Parker loses it back to McMahon. That was Washington getting a hand in there to rip that one out.
She's not going to get the steal, but she should get the credit.
Can you get an assist on a steal? I think we have a new stat.
I think we do.
Nakashima leaves it for Washington.
Oh, great.
Great cut by Nakashima off the glass. That's similar to one we saw in the first half, where almost a no-look flips it up off the glass and in.
That's a side ball screen there. You come across, and it's basically a handoff. We used to call that play Ohio back in the day in my high school years.
Well, normally they run that play for someone who's going to go up high and get it. You know,
I think the reason why they're running it with Nakashima is because nobody's expecting her to do just that.
And her savvy is just...
Oh, yeah.
McMahon with another steal ahead to Washington. Gets the roll. Washington now with 8. And the lead is back to 21. Cuellar starts a drive on McMahon, and it's a charge. Or I should say a block. Excuse me.
I said charge.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Threw me off a little bit. That is the third foul.
Can I see a replay on that there, Maddie? Hey,
wow.
Matt. Can I see a replay on that?
We'll take one more look at this one real quick as Cuellar gets ready at the line.
Maybe slight movement on the bottom there, but I thought pretty bang-bang, 50-50 call. Let's give it to the team that's down by 20.
That's a good little hesitation from Cuellar. I think make it a little bit hard on McMahon as she hits the first free throw. 1:05 to go in the third.
Shout out to our squad here today. Matt Henson, Emery Johnson, Alyssa Root, Jorge Zepeda, Coach Marcia Foster, head coach at Fullerton College, and of course, us. No names required.
Taking down to a minute to go in the third. Shoji leans over the dribble. Nakashima hands to Washington. Drives baseline, comes up shooting and scores.
Nice bucket.
10 points for Washington. 50-29. Jump stop for Jones. Looking for the cutter Naranjo, but a whistle before the pass.
Nakashima, I think. Yep.
Merced in the penalty, so this is going to be free throws. Rendaja Jones will head to the line. Shoots 61%, averaging 8.5 points a game.
I think this is the first time we've been in the penalty all game.
Well, as you talked about, we didn't see very many fouls at all in the first half.
Well officiated game so far.
Yeah.
Brianna Moore will check in. And Shea Glasgow Williams will get a short stint on the bench here at the end of the third.
You know, Fresno City has taken 200 more free throws than Merced, just overall. But they're shooting at 58%.
Missed 2 there. About an 8-second difference between shot clock and game clock. As Washington pressured by Jones. Starts to back down. Now Moore comes out for a high screen. Sets it on Jones. Washington from 15.
Nice execution.
Boy, it is, you know, it's worth repeating that Washington really struggled from the field in the quarterfinal victory, but that did not stop her from being one of the absolute dominant players on the floor. And today, it's a similar type effort, only now she's knocking down shots too. She's got 12 points in the game. The Rams can't score to finish it 52-29 as we head to the fourth. Merced in dominating fashion here in the 3C2A Basketball Championships on SoCalCollegeSports.com. start of the fourth quarter from Ventura. And Merced with a 23-point lead, 52-29. It's been a sensational effort. Jeff Stoynoff, Mike Spada, Marcia Foster back with you. Terrific feed to Moore down low, fouled on the way up.
It was a great attack.
You know, Coach, I haven't seen a lot of Moore on the floor, but when she's been out there, she's been pretty effective. And, you know, you're going to need your bigs when you go up against either Sierra or Mount San Jacinto, particularly Mount San Jacinto with Brittany Thomas.
Yeah, she's been solid. Yeah, just doing the little things, setting screens, going to the boards. You're right, though. They just don't have a lot of size, but they use that to their advantage.
Yeah.
Both offensively and defensively.
We're going to make you play the way we want you to
Absolutely.
play.
Moore knocks them both down. 54-29. Cuellar on the drive, and Moore picks up the foul.
Speaking of those two squads, semifinal number 2 on the docket. Coming up after this, Sierra and Mount San Jacinto with an emphatic win in quarterfinal number 4 over College of the Sequoias on Thursday.
That's going to be a tremendous matchup of two of the marquee players in the 3C2A.
Yeah.
Bree Moore, Brittany Thomas, and there's going to be some star power on the floor.
Yeah, I think the player to watch in that one is DeLacy Brown. She had some foul trouble in quarterfinal number 4 and didn't get a lot of minutes.
Leaking out, and she finishes largest lead for Merced of the day, 56-29. Well, we thought it was interesting in leading up to this game that in the 4 previous meetings, the closest game had been 10 points, and that two teams that seemingly would be pretty evenly matched would just not be in very many close games, and it doesn't look like we have another one here.
They went into their matchup zone that time.
Champel Kelly checks in, replacing Shoji. The season series had been tied at 2-all. Cuellar, 4-3. So Cuellar makes it 56-32. Pierce trapped on the far side, and the jump ball goes back to Fresno City College.
Hey, they've got to pull out all the stops now. Pressure, attacking, shooting three-point shots. They need to score. They need stops, and they need to score.
Like Coach Huddleston taking Washington out there, operating with a couple fouls, but you know it's something where you want to get her a little rest going into Championship Sunday. It's a long weekend.
Yeah, they'll have to turn around and play tomorrow. They had a couple days off before this one. Cuellar, Parker, 4-3. Cuellar follows it in.
One thing to think about if you're Merced, you have a bit of an advantage in terms of the timing of which you played. You played the early game on day 1 of the championships. On day 3, you also play the early game. So you're going to have the most rest of any team here at the championships. And that's by design because Palomar is the host seed, if you will. And they get dispatched in round 1 by Merced. But Merced has a lot going in their favor, and considering the style of basketball that they want to employ, they want to ratchet up that energy level. It serves them well.
Right. They need the rest.
Yes.
Well, I'll throw it to you. We've seen them once, but at first glance then, as we start to talk about potential matchups here with Merced leading it by 22, who's the tougher matchup? If you're Merced in this situation, how do you think they stack up between the two teams, Sierra and Mount San Jacinto?
I think they would probably prefer to play Sierra, but because I think the tougher matchup is Mount San Jacinto because they are athletic on the outside and they have maybe the best big in the state in Brittany Thomas, and that is a tall order because she makes things very difficult down low.
And you did see Sierra in the first half struggle a little bit with Casey Smith. They did respond very well in the second half against Smith, really taking her out of the game. But at least initially, that speaks more to the matchup later today. But Some struggles with a big player inside.
Yeah, Schmidt, a little bit of a different player versus Thomas because Thomas can really hurt you down low. Schmidt can hurt you from the perimeter, but you're going to have to double and triple team her. And we saw that in the quarterfinal matchup for Mount San Jacinto and Brittany Thomas. It did not matter who they put on her. She was dominating.
She is a dominant player inside. I mean, like we talked about her ability to post and hold the seal all the way across the lane.
Yep.
She's going to cause anybody problems. It's going to be interesting to see the end of this game because right now this is 3 possessions in a row that Fresno City has caused a turnover and they've scored twice.
Yeah, terrific effort by Jones to keep the ball alive. You watch this as Cuellar misses the first free throw, and the Rams have not done themselves a lot of favors from the line so far here today.
They shoot 58%. They started out, seemed like they were hitting their free throws, and now we've seen them miss several in a row.
Cuellar does hit the second, but with that, they're now 11 of 19 from the line overall. Still leading by 21 are the Blue Devils. Nakashima out to McMahon. Rams ratcheting up the pressure.
Yes, they are.
Down to 15 on the shot clock. Washington splits the double team, and a whistle comes in and a foul called.
At what point do you think about taking out McMahon and Washington here, Coach? 5-minute mark?
Because this team has so much, Fresno City has so much offensive firepower, I leave them in until it was clear that the game was, because you think right now 21 points, the game is in the bag, but Fresno City can disrupt too many things, right?
She's a coach. 15 seconds, I think.
Right. Like, you don't want to give up. 7:45, anything can happen in the game.
Washington coolly drains both free throws. She's got 14 in the game. 58-35. Backdoor cut. Nice job by Shoji. Again, anticipating that play. Gets a hand on it, can't save it.
I think Shoji and Pierce have demonstrated an ability to be able to handle ball handling duties if need be. I love
you guys
that.
Just see what happened on the floor. There's Washington.
Yes.
Well, we talked about the possibility of somewhat of a language barrier with the international players. And so Washington just goes right to the physical, gives Nakashima a little shove out there. Reminder where she's supposed to be. Meanwhile, a foul goes against Fresno City on the rebound and back to Merced.
You know how it boils down, though? That's communication. That's Trinity Washington knowing where everybody needs to be, and that synergy is what's going to propel them to Sunday.
7:35 to go. Timeout on the floor. Merced rolling. You're watching the 3C2A Basketball Championship on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Washington working against the press, ahead to McMahon. She'll peel out, trying to slow it down. Again, in our conversation, Chris Fisher talked about the Rams reluctant to really try and press this team because they're so good handling the basketball. Washington can't get the finger roll.
As it's like he's going to turn out, nothing was going to work.
Cuellar spins to the basket, and a foul. Well, Cuellar has just never stopped fighting. You got to give an awful lot of credit there, and she's really taken over the offense.
Anybody who's playing on an ACL tear, a partial ACL tear, they're not going to go away.
No, we're talking about a tough kid.
Julia Cuellar averaging 7 points a game. Can't get the free throw to go. Washington tracks down the rebound. Washington trying to split the double team. Good job by Parker getting a hand in there, but Washington keeps it. And Merced can now run a little more clock.
Oh, great cut. That's
back to McMahon.
That's old style UCLA front cut there. Kick to the corner, cut to the basket, right in front of your defender with a little swim move, and McMahon with the finish.
Leads all scorers with 15. Rendasia Jones backing down on Shoji. Shoji all over, good feed, finds Polka. Nice job by Jones. And Polka right in front of the basket. Able to get the easy layup. Still a 21-point lead. Foul call, that's on Roberson. Alyssa Roberson has checked in.
Both teams in the penalty the rest of the way.
6:15 to go.
And for Fresno City to play this style right now, all out, full court pressure, they're leaving their leading scorer, Fernandez, on the bench. The person who has the ability to get you, a three-pointer.
Points in a hurry.
Yeah. You understand the decision, though. You need stops. And everyone on Merced can attack the basket.
Yep.
Washington drives on Cuellar, double pump, shot won't go, but a foul called.
Good sportsmanship. It's a team that's down by 21, playing in a game that's going to be the last of their head coach. And, Trinity Washington is on the floor, and you see two Rams reaching to help her up. That's great character by both teams.
Absolutely. I mean, you want to win. You want to do everything you can do to win. You're competing. You're playing hard. It's not personal.
Right. Unfortunately, that's not always the case.
Yeah, very true.
Washington. Sorry, Michael, go ahead.
Back in the day, in fact, Pat Riley used to fine his players for helping the opposing team off of the floor $500 back in the Showtime days of the Lakers. And I believe in his time with New York as well.
Well, I understand the message you're trying to send. Like, we're not your friends. We're not being friendly here. But I think you can compete hard and still show good sportsmanship.
Yeah.
It was probably even more the case. It was probably a $1,000 fine with the Knicks, I think, when he was there.
Yeah, higher cost of living in New York versus L.A.
Washington on the drive.
Being from New Jersey,
going to
you
go
know all about that,
Polka
huh,
or
Coach?
Roberson. We'll see.
Now, I don't want my players to go out of their way to go pick somebody.
Right.
We don't
Not
have
with
to
the ball still going on, but, on
no.
a dead ball, I see it.
3 fouls now on Polka. But with 5:36 to go, the Blue Devils rapidly closing in on an appearance in the finals. This is a team that had to go on the road just to get here. The one team among the 4 finalists here in the women's draw at Ventura that did win a game on the road to get here. And what a job they did. And they have not slowed down since. They got off to the quick start against Palomar and then were able to hold them off for the win. And now a dominating performance here today against Fresno City College. And they're on their way. Washington, meanwhile, comes up empty on 2 free throws. 61-39.
Coming up next, Mount San Jacinto and Sierra. Semifinal number 2, game 2 of the day, game 2 of 4. Men's semifinals later tonight at 5 and 7 p.m.
The top seed in the North in Sierra, and Mount San Jacinto, a team that had 2 losses on the season, both to the top seed overall coming in, Palomar. Three-pointer is good. Hannah Fong, who's checked in, knocking down the triple. But that is likely to be in the too little, too late category. Still 5:05 and counting to go. Merced leading it by 19. Skip pass to McMahon. Down to 8 on the shot clock. McMahon gets the screen. Drives to the glass. Missed the left-handed layup.
Look at Washington get up for that. She taps it out of bounds, but look at her activity. She's been off, once throughout the entirety of the game? 4:46 to go in the 4th, and she's playing with her hair on fire. Love it.
Maybe. Goes to the left hand and a foul on the rebound. Shoji picks up her 4th foul, and that'll send Fong to the line. Fong's free throw is up and good.
Coach, who do you think is a tougher matchup for Merced moving on to the next round? Would it be Sierra or Mount San Jacinto?
Both of those teams are so tough. It's hard to say right now. But see, Merced is the matchup problem, right? I know their stature is obviously not the same as the other two teams, but that poses a problem. I know the thinking is, well, those teams have size, they have, the guard, they have all of these different things, but Merced is such a tough matchup because sometimes they have 5 guards on the floor.
Yeah.
13 on the shot clock as McMahon.
5 guards and a big that can shoot it.
Backing off now, starts to drive. Glasgow Williams gets it back to McMahon. She'll try for 3, no good. Rebound tracked down by Washington, but she lost the handle. But she was the first to get there again. And, Mike, I think you alluded to it before. I think you guys both alluded to it before. What makes it so impressive in the size is that ability to read the ball off the rim. She's obviously making the first move to get to the ball. It's not just about quickness. Taylor can't get the fadeaway to go, and it's knocked out of play and back to Merced. Boy, that might be as much of a sum-up of the afternoon for Fresno City College as anything. Taylor with a pretty soft shot up there and just can't get the roll.
She's the best rebounder at these championships, pound for pound. Coach, who in today's game strikes you like that? Best pound for pound rebounder that's not necessarily a big or even a forward.
You got me thinking here.
You don't want to know who I think was the best pound for pound rebounder in the NBA in the 80s?
I know who it was.
Who was it in the 80s?
I think statistically, I think you got to go with Fat Lever.
Oh, wow. I thought you were going to go Dennis Rodman.
Well, yeah. Can't go too wrong.
Big time.
McMahon knocks down another triple. That has been so key. She's got 18 points in the game, and Washington's still playing. Why not? 3:15 to go. McMahon now with 18, and it's really, we've talked a lot about Trinity Washington, talked a lot about McMahon, but that's a dynamic duo in the backcourt. I think the two of them working together is what's made this team so formidable, and we'll see how they do. They will be in action tomorrow afternoon in the Women's Championship, and we'll wait to see who their opponent will be. But you knock off Palomar, then you put on this kind of performance against Fresno City College. I don't know if you can make anybody a favorite over them.
Merced very live.
Glasgow Williams finds Pierce. She'll try for 3, too strong. Rebound on the floor for Taylor. Off to Maybe.
Nice.
Backing down on Nakashima. Turnaround shot gets the roll.
That's a great drop step back to the middle. Finish with the right hand.
Is that Maybe and Polka both have that type of game to them where they so effective driving the lane, and just not enough opportunities today to really get that going for Fresno City College.
See the move there on the replay.
Maybe converts the three-point play. 64-47.
I'm still thinking about the rebounder. I'm coming up with for the women right now.
Oh, we're not going to let you off the hook.
Nah, not because I have a couple people. Rebecca Brunson, who plays for Minnesota, is just an amazing, relentless rebounder. And I already said Neko Gumake, Candace Parker too.
Candace Parker was first came to mind for me.
Yeah, Candace Parker is her game just went to another level over these last couple of years.
10 on the shot clock. McMahon fires from the top of the key. Well, that may be as close to something going wrong as has been the case today. If you're Tajray McMahon,
she's tired. She's been out there for a long time, and you could tell the legs were not there on that shot. It was off to the left and short.
Naranjo at the controls, picks it up, finds Barros. Barros into the lane. Boy, Barros got about 6 inches on Trinity Washington.
And Fresno City's kind of
Naranjo in a crowd, gets it outside. Barros for 3, no good. Rebound on the floor, Washington there, and Fernandez picks up the foul in the backcourt.
Game earlier this year, that Fresno won versus Merced, where they held Taj McMahon to only 2 or 4 points in that game. And Merced, the Blue Devils, have returned the favor here in the semifinals of the 3C2A for 2018. They have limited the leading scorer on the season for the Rams, Bria Fernandez, to only 3 points.
Wow.
With 1:34 to go.
Washington with another free throw. She's got 16 in the game. Second free throw around and out. Naranjo driving on Shoji and gets the lay-in. So Naranjo makes it a 16-point game. Shoji had to be a little careful playing with 4 fouls. And I don't know, as a player, did you, even in a situation like this, obviously, Shoji, did you never want to foul out? I mean, was it just kind of something in your brain as a player that you just, even if you were up big, you're just like, I don't want to pick up that 5th foul?
I usually, in the second half, I never really thought about the fouls unless it was dire. That's a travel.
Yeah, McMahon trying to split the double team with the turnover.
And usually, if I was concerned with foul trouble, it was early on.
I was just wondering if there was something in the DNA of a player. It's like, no, I don't like to be DQ'd.
No, you don't want to foul out. You don't want to sit on the pine.
Yeah, foul trouble was the crux of a game that cost me the league, or cost our team the league championship my junior year in high school.
Fernandez can't get it to go.
It's definitely something you never forget when you foul out of a game that you feel you would have won had you been in the game, minus the foul trouble.
Right.
But sometimes you can't do anything when the whistles don't go your way.
Blue Devils closing in.
And not the ending that Fresno City wanted. You know the players wanted to win for their coach, get a state championship on his way out the door.
One more steal almost for Washington. With that pass, well, I'll tell you, Fernandez flashed a pretty good arm there. It was, overshot Barrows, but it's quite a throw. 11.6 to go, and now the Blue Devils can just walk it off here. As time ticks down, the final score 65-49 Merced. The 4 seed in the North moving on to the final tomorrow at 1 o'clock, but we've got a lot of basketball before then. We'll come back, wrap things up, get you ready for semifinal number 2. The Blue Devils moving on. You're watching the 3C2A Basketball Championships on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
65-49. It's a final. In semifinal number 1, Merced emphatically over Fresno City. Coming up, semifinal number 2 in the women's bracket, Mount San Jacinto and Sierra will duke it out. We will have coverage of that for you. We will sign off here, rejoin you on our next broadcast. Thank you for watching, everybody. For everybody here at SoCalCollegeSports.com, Jeff Stoynoff, Marsha Foster, I'm signing off. See you in a little bit.